Well, I guess there's another thing that Trump lied about. So, on top of not ending the Ukraine war before he became president or ending it 24 hours after he became president, and on top of not immediately ending inflation and bringing your grocery prices down, and on top of all of the other things that he is most likely going to fail at that he promised he was going to do in the first year, like cut your auto insurance in half, cut your energy costs in half, things of that nature, cut gas prices down to I think down below $1.80. Now we learn that you're not going to get those tax savings that he had promised you. During the campaign, he promised you guys that he was going to eliminate tax on overtime, that you would have, your overtime would be tax free. He was going to eliminate tax on tips, which is an idea that has been passed around by several people over the years. And he was going to eliminate the tax on Social Security. These are three very big promises that he made during the campaign, and promises that you folks out in Magaland kept regurgitating to folks like me over and over and over again. We're not going to, as soon as Trump gets in there, we're not going to have any tax on our overtime anymore. It's going to be fucking great. As soon as he gets in there, we're not going to have tax on tips anymore. Well, Trump and the Republicans' tax plan has now been released, and nowhere in it is a cut on tax on tips. Nowhere in it is a cut on tax on overtime, and nowhere in it is a cut on tax on Social Security. Their tax plan is available for public consumption now, and none of that is in there. So the question becomes, if I could get a straight answer out of you guys, the question becomes, what do you do when that doesn't become a reality? What do you do when they pass this tax bill? Because they're going to, right? They have the majorities. They're going to get this thing shoved through. He's going to sign it. What are you going to do when they pass this tax bill and it raises taxes for everybody making under $330,000 a year, severely cuts taxes for people making over $330,000 a year, and doesn't eliminate the tax on your overtime, your tips, or your Social Security? What is going to be the excuse at that point in time? What are you going to say to yourself? What is the lie going to be that you're going to convince yourself of that makes it okay for this to be yet another broken promise to you? How are you going to sell us on the fact that not doing this, which you said he was going to do and he said needed to be done, doesn't get done? Because it's not going to get done. You're not going to have tax-free overtime. It's not going to happen. Maybe you get to the point where we have tax-free tips. Maybe you get enough of Congress to go, okay, we could not tax the tips. Don't see it happening. But they're never going to not tax your overtime. And they're not going to stop taxing your Social Security. It was bullshit. The same bullshit he fed you when he told you that he was going to, on day one, eliminate inflation and bring your prices down. And don't get me wrong, she fed you the same bullshit. Kamala Harris said, we're going to get in there and we're going to bring your grocery prices down. No, you can't. No, you're not, because you can't. Presidents don't do that. But he fed that shit to you people, and you ate it up, and then you regurgitated it, and you tried to sell us on that shit. And now that it's not in there, now that the tax bill doesn't have it, and when it gets passed without it, what are you going to tell us then?